Parents, chess teachers, welcome back to the World Championship match between Nepo and Ding Liren. Today we'll see the game number 7, and what we have is French defense. So Ding Liren played this opening when he was a kid many times, and he's very familiar with this opening. 92. This is called in chess Tarrasch, French defense, c5. And it seems so that here um, that this move is a new move. I did not find this move in the database, so it's probably the new move, possibly that Ding Liren prepared that for this game. And he got a very good position. Now, queen on h4, the attack looks very dangerous, right? This attack on h7. But Ding Liren plays a couple of great moves like c5. First, he opens his bishop, right? And then he actually played excellent move, rook d8. Of course, taking the pawn would be very dangerous because after 97, the rook is attacked, and the knight is attacked, and then the pawn on h7 is attacked, right? So the checkmate is going to happen there. And that's why this rook d8 is a great move. So I think this is a really very important move for us to learn, right? Bringing the rook into the game. And this rook is becoming very important defensive piece. Sometimes you can even sacrifice on d3 and remove the bishop if it's needed. Like if the attack becomes very dangerous, then you can remove that bishop by playing rook d3. Now rook e1, like Nepo is really organizing his pieces and preparing attack g6. Right, Ding Liren decided to play g6 and just block this bishop. It seems it's becoming dangerous. Knight g4 could be played in some positions, right, targeting that knight. Now bishop g5 and rook d4. Ding Liren played this move immediately. He probably noticed that bishop g5 is going to be played. Right, excellent defensive move. Queen is attacked on h4, and now he plays another great move, queen c7. So b3. Look at this one, knight h5. Wonderful knight h5 move, simplifying the game, offering a trade. Right, so if the trade happens, then sometimes see the move like knight f4 is also the idea, right? So that's a really beautiful move, knight h5, f4, and bishop d6. Right, look at this now. Sacrifice. This is the position that Ding Liren calculated very nicely, but it's also impressive how his defensive skills are so great, like in this position. Look at this, the rook is trapped, but of course he was preparing everything. He planned to sacrifice the exchange, so he takes on f4. And now after rook f4, he takes on e5, right? So he sacrificed the exchange. But if you pay attention to this position, you can see that this bishop on e5 is really an amazing piece, right? Protecting the king very nicely in the diagonal. And the white king is opened, right? So there is a clear compensation for the exchange, right? So rook h4. Now, how dangerous is this? Well, not dangerous at all, because there is no check, right? The bishop is protecting. And look at this, this another move. Beautiful. Rook d8, right? The Ding Liren doesn't play h5, but rook d8, right? h5 would be trouble after bishop g6, and then check, and then queen takes e5, and white would win the game. So, look at this defensive move. Excellent, rook d8, and those are the moves that we need to learn from this game. Right. Now, bishop e4, bishop takes, and black is very good, right? That after rook d5, the Liren really played very nicely here. Look at the centralization of the pieces, right? Everything looks very nice. So there is a bishop and the pawn against the rook, but the king is open, right? So again, rook h4 targeting the pawn, but excellent move, queen d6, because if you take on h7, then the rook d1 would win the game. Look at this marvelous move, rook d1, and the king is here in trouble, right? Actually, black is attacking here after this move, and could be queen d2 check, right? Something like this, and then bishop c3, and now black is winning. But look how black king is protected by this bishop. Marvelous, really beautiful defense, and I would highly recommend you to pay a little bit more attention to this game, analyze it by yourself, and those moves, especially when he played rook d8, rook f d8, queen d6. Those defensive moves are fantastic in this game. Queen e3, h5, g3, and here Ding Liren played h4. Good move. And Nepo took like very quickly. He did not think here much. He just captured the pawn. It seems so that black is better here after bishop e5, right? But something very strange happened here. Ding Liren had a very little time on the clock, and he was not playing. He was not moving, right? In the interview later, he said that he couldn't find the right continuation, right? He couldn't find the moves here. And he lost the game from this moment on because he spent so much time. In one moment, he had only 45 seconds on the clock, I think, for 8 or 9 moves to play. And he didn't figure out what to do. He played rook d2, and he said that he missed rook e2, that he didn't see this move. And it seems that rook d3 was a mistake. It was better to go back again to d5 and protect this pawn on c5. Well, it's still okay, right? Black is fine, but with such a little time on the chess clock, he made a mistake. He played rook d3 and he lost this pawn, and now the game is lost. Yeah, now there's no chance anymore. After rook f4, he resigned the game here. But it's interesting, like, it's hard to explain, like what really happens in a human brain in those kind of situations. Like Ding Liren kind of got frozen, right? His brain was not functioning at all in that moment, and probably it is pressure, And sometimes, if we want to take a lesson from this game, sometimes when we go to the chess tournaments and some parents get upset and they tell the kids, hey, how could you play this move? And well, we don't know, right? It's just the game of chess is so hard, and things happen during the game, and we don't know why do we react badly in certain situations, right? And why the child makes mistake in a completely winning position. We don't know. Look, if a top grandmaster like Ding Liren gets frozen in those kind of positions, then imagine what can happen to a child under the pressure. So I think that's the lesson we can get from this game. Okay, kids, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and see you next time. Bye-bye.